Hey everyone, it's Lissette here. Welcome to my channel. We are going to be recreating a set that I did 2 years ago. This is a fall look that I did on one of my closest friends. And it's this really pretty black set. I really wanted to redo it, but with a twist. I ended up going viral on Instagram and I have over 4 million views on a recent video that I posted. So I thought, why not do this recreation but with a twist? So I really wanted to do something different. And you guys loved the Halloween snow globe design that I did, and a lot of you said do a fall look. So yeah, we're just gonna combine all of that into one. So we're just going to jump right in. We're gonna start off with the extra long non-C curve coffin tips. I'm gonna glue them down like I normally do with my rubber base coat using my little side lamp. I do cure this for a few seconds, and then I do fully cure it in my full size lamp for a full 60 seconds. After that, I'm going in with my 180 Sandyman. I'm using this at around 6,000 RPM, and I'm just quickly going on those little sidewalls where the little tip kind of like sticks up a little bit. And I'm just going to blend that into my nail plate. Now, I'm not going to do this too much because I do have a peel off base coat on. And for the peel off base coat, this is something that I like to put on before I do my nails, because I'm a content creator and I have to create some content for you guys. So I do pop these nails off right after I finish filming and doing all my little Instagram, TikTok stuff. So to create the snow globe effect, I am going to use these full cover tips. And these are shorter than the nails that I currently have on now. I did get these full cover tips from a manufacturer, so I don't have a link for them. But all I'm doing is I am taking it and I'm just placing it right on top of the nails that I'm going to use them on. And then I'm just going to cut off the tip just to make sure they are the same length. And I do cut the rest of the nails just to match the length. So for the snow globe itself, we're only going to do it on the middle and the ring nail. I'm going to go again in with my rubber base coat, and I'm just going to apply this to the surface of the nails all the way from the nail plate, dragging it down to the tip. And then I am going to cure this for a full 60 seconds. For the cover color I'm going to use, this is Wild Blossom, and I thought it would fit perfectly with this fall theme. And I'm going to apply this to I'm actually going to apply this to all of the nails, but when it comes to the full coverage, it's going to be the thumb, the thumb, the pointer, and the pinky. When it comes to the middle and the ring nail, I'm only going to apply it to the nail plate and drag it down a little bit, only because I wanted the tips to be crystal clear for those two nails, but I didn't want my physical natural nail to show. Like, I don't like how it looks. So me applying just a little bit of this Wild Blossom to those two nails, covering the little nail plate, I think it'll be fine and it'll look pretty. You know what I'm saying? So for this color, as you saw, I apply a thin layer first. This is going to be my wet slip layer. I don't cure it. I apply a larger amount, and that is going to guide my gel from where I want it to go. Once I have it in place how I like, I do go ahead and I cure it for at least 30 seconds, and then I move on to the next nail. When I have all of the nails complete, that's when I stick my hand in a full size lamp and I do a full cure for 60 seconds. And when it comes to this product is called a hard builder gel. Hard means that it is non-soak off, you need to file it off, and builder means that it is buildable. You can add a thick amount and float it on top, build apex, you can build an extension. I did get a couple questions, so I just wanted to clarify that really fast. What does hard builder gel mean? If you see a product saying soft builder gel, that means you can soak it off. You can soak it off in acetone, but for this particular product, the ones that I sell on my website, it is all hard gel. The only thing that is soakable. The only thing that is soak off that I sell is the rubber base coat and the top coats and the Bling gel. But as like I said, as far as the hard gel builder gels and then the hard colored gels, all of those are file off only.
They try to ball, I hold it down. I'm playing center, but you the center of attention. I know you get the message, and the way I focus where the lens is custom made for me, the metrics. Show you fit right in the schedule, and girl, you fit like Lululemon, and yeah, I'm lost for words. Tell me who's running first, no mistakes. Girl, you crossing me, what's got it work? And we going and going and going. It's a good night, baby. Let it roll like a good time. Smoking and pouring, I'm focused on you. Yeah. You can see it, everyone can see it. I could be a Romeo, tell them boys back up. I ain't going nowhere, I'ma for that back up. Put it on your story so all your friends see it. Everyone can see it, yeah.
Once I did that, I did make sure they were fully cured, like I stated, for a full 60 seconds. And then I did go ahead and cleanse the surface. I didn't really need to do this, but I really had to use the bathroom at this point. So I ended up just cleaning the surface because it does leave a sticky residue on the surface of it. And I didn't want to get any kind of fuzzies and, you know, I needed to wash my hands and all that good stuff. But I did want to show you what the side profile of these look like. I got a couple of questions again in the last video asking what does it look like before I put on the full cover tip, and it is extremely flat, and I really wanted these to be super flat because I didn't want the SnowGlobe itself again to be too bulky. I mean, it's gonna be bulky regardless, but I wanted to try to minimize it as much as possible but still give that awesome cool effect. So from there I just ended up taking out the full cover tips again, and for this to adhere it, I'm going to use my Bling It rhinestone gel. And the reason why I use this gel versus anything else is because this cures non-tacky. So think about it. If you're trying to fill in, you know, your SnowGlobe, you don't want anything to stick around. You want it to be able to move around. So this is the best thing that I thought would work, and it actually works amazing. All you need to do is just apply this to the entire surface. You lay your full cover tip on top, make sure everything on the edges is touching the gel, and then you're good to go. Now, once I did this to both of the nails, I did make sure again that it was fully cured, but I did go back, double check all around the edges. I took a little detail brush, and then I'm going to show you that I lined the edges again, like I said, just to make sure everything was fully sealed. All of the edges was sealed, and when I laid it on top, I didn't push down on it at all. I almost had it floating on top because I wanted there to be enough room for everything to move around. But yeah, so like I said, I just went ahead with a little detail brush and make sure again everything was sealed, and then I did cure it. The only thing that should be left open is that bottom part, that small little opening at the free edge, because that's where you're going to add your oil and all the little trinkets and pieces that you're going to add to these nails. Once those was ready to go, I ended up taking the backing of a nail form, and with this I'm going to create two little boxes of the gel, and this is going to be the pieces that I'm going to use to add to the ends of the two nails. This is going to be the barrier or the stopper or wall, whatever you want to call it. After I end up adding everything, I just do two little squares and I cure it for a full 60 seconds. So for the little glitters and pieces, I'm going to use some glitters from Set's Nail Co. I took out some of these orange leaves. I took out some butterflies, some gold butterflies, some black butterflies that I received from McCart, if I'm not mistaken. I ended up using these little rocks, and the rocks I really like because they're heavy. And what I've noticed when it comes to these type of nails, you need something heavy to move around, to kind of push things around out of the way. I ended up coming across this little tube thing that I found. I don't know where I got it. I know they sell them on Amazon, so I'll try to find it for you guys. But I only use my cuticle oil for the oil. I don't do any kind of extra fancy oil. I use my cuticle oil from Good Girls Press, and it is perfectly fine. It works like a gem. So I ended up adding that first to the middle nail. A lot of you suggested I do that first and then start adding the pieces. I found it extremely hard because it ended up almost like making everything to like slide in harder to push through that opening, because like the oil was like making it stick to the wall. I don't know. I didn't like having to, I was struggling with this nail when I added the oil first, to be honest. But I kept pushing through it. I started adding all of the little rock pieces. They're not even rocks, they're glass pieces. But let me tell you, they worked amazing in this set. And I don't know where I got it from. I'm sorry, I can't remember. I think Amazon, I'm guessing. I'll try to find it for you guys. But yeah, so I took a little tweezer and I just started trying to shove everything in that hole, and that hole was pretty small. So I did struggle with this because I really wanted to add a whole bunch of stuff to it. I wanted it to be a lot going on inside. But once I started adding everything, I did go back in and start adding more cuticle oil pieces, cuticle oil, stuff like that. I even had to take this little, I don't even know where I found it. I don't even know what this thing is called, but I ended up taking this little stick and kind of jamming it inside because everything was getting stuck to the wall when I was trying to push everything. Like the cuticle oil was stopping everything from going in. So when it came to the ring nail, I didn't add the cuticle oil. I ended up adding the cuticle oil after I added all my little pieces. But anyway, for that middle nail, once I was finished adding all my little trinkets, glitter pieces, the cuticle oil, I ended up taking that little square piece, adding a little bit more of that glue, well, the gel, and then added it to the bottom portion, cured it for a few seconds, and then it was good to go. I cut around the little edges because I wanted to move on to the next nail and, you know, do the same kind of step. My head was in the way. I apologize. Yeah, I was so focused on trying to make sure the end was fully covered. And I found that having no bubbles, in my opinion, works better than having bubbles. The bubbles doesn't help it move at all. It was actually getting stuck. And I realized from the last video what I made an error on is there was a ghost that wasn't moving, and it was because his little arm was bent and it was stopping it. So everything that I was pushing in, I was making sure it was laying flat, and I had a mixture of some heavy and some light pieces to help everything move around. And I tried to put no bubbles inside. I wanted no bubbles at all, and I still ended up with like one tiny little bubble for each, but it ended up working out fine. But yeah, the bubbles don't matter, guys. I don't know why you guys are saying make sure you put bubbles in it. I don't like the bubbles. I don't like the bubbles at all.
Getting older, so I'ma gon' pull you closer. If it's okay with you.
Yo, I was mad hype at this point. I was just staring at it, going up and down, and I wasn't trying to show the camera yet because I wanted you guys to see it at the end. So from there, I took out my drill. This is the fine taper drill bit. I ended up going around the perimeter of that bottom piece. And really just trying to shape it just to blend it into the nail. Now, I was being really careful because I did not want any oil to spill out. But I did a pretty good blend with it and making sure I had no harsh lines, and there was like a good transition from, like, you couldn't tell where the tip ended, like the stopper piece. So I really wanted it to blend in really well, so I took care of this little piece really good. So yeah, once I did that, I did move on to the other nails, and I started blending in, going around the cuticle section. I'm using the same drill. For the drill, I was at 15,000 RPM, the fine taper drill bit, I was at 15,000 RPM, and I went around the cuticle section, and then I ended up hand filing everything else. I ended up going in with the 180 grit nail file, and I just pre-shaped everything, made sure everything was good, and then I did go over the surface and just buff everything smooth. I even buffed the 2 SnowGlobe nails because we are going to add some color on top.
It's okay at the lake.
I decided to take out my not polished painting gel. I haven't used this in a really long time and I really wanted to use it. So I whipped her out. I took out a long detail brush. Again, I think I got this one from Amazon. I have yet to find a really good brush that I am like in love with. These are doing justice for now, but you know, I want a really good one. So I ended up just going in, doing my little recreation of the first one, like I said. So for the pointer, it was a V, but when it came to the pinky, I didn't like, in the video it showed like a solid black nail, so I did change that up and I just did the same V like I did for the pointer. When it came again to the middle and the ring nail, I tried to stay true to the original design. The middle nail was framing around the nail. When it came to the ring nail, I did go over and do it halfway, but I tried to be really careful with this as well, because I feel like black, it is hard to clean up if you mess up or touch your skin by accident. So I was just really careful and I just, you know, I did this real slow. This is sped up, by the way, but yeah. Once I was happy with how everything was looking, I did go ahead and I did cure it for a full 60 seconds.
And I bet everyone's looking. Yeah, didn't take long, locked eyes when I walked into you, feeling of your red cup. And we got the same thing, probably like the same thing.
My favorite part of any nail design is the bling, the accessories. So of course I had to go ahead, take out my bling box. We're going to use orange for this. In the original design, I did use yellow, but I didn't want to use that. This is my 2.0 nail design. Okay, this is the upgraded version. I ended up going ahead and putting out some gold embellishments, some cuticle bars. I also used some of my caviar beads. So I just went to town. I did pre-design the bling, meaning I took some bling out, laid it out, and pre-planning, that's what I wanted to call it, pre-planned the bling. I wanted all of the V's. I don't know, do you call these Frenchies? These are not Frenchies. Are they Frenchies? We're gonna continue calling these V's. I think they're called V Frenchies, right? Or V French, I don't know. Anyway, for those, I did the exact same stone placement and I just wanted them to match, and I really blinged it out. The original didn't have this much bling, but like I said, this is the 2.0 version. We need to amp her up, step her up. I thought I was banging when I did that nail design, and looking back at it, I had so many errors that I wish I knew now and I want to fix. So I'm glad I'm recreating this design. But we're just gonna go to town, add bling, and you know, cure everything in place.
Y'all doing 79s, pull up on you, baby, tell me the spot. She got a man, but she see the ice, and she let the boy take a penalty shot. Nothing but net, yeah, I'm wet from the top. Hard in the pain when I step in the box. She brought a friend, it's getting intense. I put it down at the flex of the guys. The fruit of the labor tastes sweet.
Lastly, I did go in with my shiny no wipe top coat, and I ended up top coating both of the SnowGlobe nails. I wanted these to be shiny. In the video, the nails were actually matte. I ended up doing everything shiny, and I did go underneath these two nails as well, because like I said, I wanted these to be crystal clear. And again, I did cure it for a full 60 seconds. I also went over the gold embellishments again because they do tend to turn, so I just top coated everything and I did a full cure for 60 seconds. You guys, this is the final look, and they are so cute. They are so blingy. I am loving it. This is definitely a step up from 2 years ago. I feel like I made such progress and improvements in even the way I shape, just like everything in general. I think they came out so good. I love the idea that you guys came up with, stating that I should do 4 nail designs, and I'm really glad. Well, 4 SnowGlobe nail design. A lot of you said Christmas, so I think this might be a thing each season or holiday. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about the snow globe theme idea. Let me know what you guys think of this nail design. It was really fun to create. If you do create any kind of snow globe effect, if I did inspire you, please tag me in it. I would love to see what look you guys came up with. But yeah, that is it for this video. Please subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love ya.
Can I end my bitch? No, no, no.